Hey guys, Viggoman here and welcome back to another episode from Osterham. Today we are working on the main defense of the city. Before we move further on into the building of today's video, I kindly want to ask you to hit that like button and consider subscribing if you're new here. I really appreciate it and it's the best way of showing support to what I do. I also want to remind you that down below there's a link to Skynode, so if you want your own Minecraft server, that is the best way of getting it, and there's even a discount code there if you want to get an even better price. As mentioned, today we are focusing on the defense of the city. That includes the city walls, at least most parts of it. There's going to be some alterations and some changes, and some parts are even left completely unfinished today, just because I'm not really entirely sure where to take that part of the city, but the most part of it will be done and I'll show you that later. We're also adding turrets to all the different corners, I guess you could call it, where the city wall changes angle or direction, which is going to be really cool. We are adding gatehouses, two gatehouses, one on the west side and one on the east side of the city. And we're also adding a barracks next to the east side entrance or a gatehouse, which is going to be really cool. And as you can see as well, we are adding the river which flows alongside the west side of the city, which is going to act as a natural moat, keeping the city even safer. I also want to thank you guys for the amazing feedback and support on the first video. You guys seems almost as excited as I am, because I think I've peaked excitedness, if that's even a word. I'm super inspired for this project here and I'm just having such a fun time exploring this new style. It's not completely brand new, but it's definitely something I'm not very familiar with. So it's a lot of fun just playing with the designs, coming up with ways of portraying the details and the architectural features you see in these kind of styles in real life, and doing that in Minecraft is just such a lot of fun. So I just hope that you guys will like today's episode as well, and that you will come with the awesome feedback that you always do to help me improve and make the city even better. So let's check out what we built today. Not entirely sure where to start off today's episode, because what we have done just spreads out over such a large area, but I think here is as good as any. What we have done, as I've said, is just adding these walls around here and they look really cool. What I will do, however, is to go back and fix the gradients. I'm also going to add in patches of different blocks to kind of portray damage and wear and tear over time later. So I'm going to manually go in and do that as we kind of progress through the city. So this is just like a quick rough idea of what the walls is going to look like. But I've done that somewhere. I think these parts here look a little better than over there. It looks a lot rougher than over here. So I'll go over and do that as we kind of progress through the city. It's just a boring and time-consuming task. But yeah, here we have this. You can see the city spans around the city, or the walls span around the city. And then we also have the barracks, this brick building here, which, by the way, look at the gradient here. Spot on, I like it. And then we have another gatehouse here on the east side of the city. I need to figure out what to do with the front here. I'm not really sure. I think I'm just going to do a ramp, or I could do some terraforming and kind of have a little drawbridge there as well. I have to figure that out. Maybe you guys have ideas down below of what we could do. Apart from that, I've been doing a little bit of planning and just setting up some roads, figuring out where some houses will go, and just kind of having fun with the project, getting inspired. So what I want to do first is to show you this section here, which is the first gatehouse we built, which I love. I really like this one. It's built on a slight angle, which makes it a little difficult to make look good, but I'm happy with it. And I hope you guys like it as well. And this is where the river comes in. And I'll open the map here so you can kind of see. It looks a little rough right now. I haven't done any landscaping to this side of the river because we're going to build more city here. So I'm just going to leave that be until I know where to go with that. But I have landscaped this section here, just kind of layering it and adding some vegetation, some of these cat tails and stuff like that. And just around here, and then you can see how the river flows around, and then I will have to figure out what to do with this section as we start building the port, which is gonna kind of go along this bay here. So most of this is pretty rough right now, but you can kind of get the idea of what it will look like eventually. Here we have the drawbridge, which takes us into the gatehouse. which is really cool. And then this little road here, this will just kind of extend into the rest of the city. So I'm just kind of cutting it up here. So there's a lot of rough work in today's episode, but I hope you guys don't mind, and I hope that you guys still can kind of capture what we have done. So here we have the drawbridge, which opens up, or I guess, yeah, it opens up if you need to protect the city. And then we have in here, we have, yeah, the gate, and then it will take you up to where the city will be eventually. And on the back here, we have this opening here and a winch system or a pulley system to bring stuff up. Like that would be arrows, stones for throwing supplies like food and stuff. So yeah, we just have like a little opening there. I think it makes sense. And then we have this stair tower on the side, which is nicely decorated. So from here, you just kind of walk around like this, get a little dizzy, but eventually, like that, he'll get to the top, where we have the mechanisms behind the drawbridge. We have the arrow slits here to protect it, which is kind of cool, like that. And just storage and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, a pretty busy interior. We can go further up like this, continuing up, and then we get to more of the restroom. No, I don't think that's the right word. The area where the guards stay when they're not like actively fighting. They can like just hang up here. They have windows they can look out, and ways of communication and stuff. So they sit up here, they do some reading, taking notes perhaps, sharpening their swords, having food, just kind of being prepared to defend the city. And behind here we have a little area for them to also do the business if they need to. And apart from that, you can kind of go out to the walls from here. Some of these towers are done. I don't think this one is not, but I think these two are done, and that's as well something I will do as we kind of progress around the city. I'll do the interiors for those. Upstairs here there is more of these hangout areas as such, and nothing too much going on over here. Some storage and all that sort of stuff, which is really cool. Alright, let's go down, shall we? And we'll check out the other gatehouse. I think the shortcut will be out here. Yeah, look at that. I think what I'll do is I'll quickly show you the back of the house here, and then we'll change the time so you can see it better from the other side as well. I really like this section here, which is like the entrance. So this is where you go into the gatehouse from the back. But there's also a little balcony up there, and it ties it together with the barracks over here as well. So it's a cool little addition, and it just adds a lot of detail to the place, makes it pop a little bit, makes it go from being a boring stone square into becoming a beautiful building, which is well decorated and a part of the city. So this is how it looks from this angle, and then we'll do time set. I think 2000 is appropriate for this. Well, look at that. So here we can see it in the better lighting. It's a pretty scary looking gatehouse here. It's massive. And this one is, in my opinion, or like the idea here, is that this one is a newer one than the other one. This is built... let me take you through my thought process here. I promised you in the last episode that I will do that. So my idea is that the city started inside the walls and stuff, and then alongside here, which is where the port will be in the harbor. So that's where like the main city grew, and then of course the castle and all that sort of stuff, and eventually it will start spreading out this way as well a little bit. Maybe just some small houses, maybe even a little harbor here in this little area. So this gatehouse here is newer because the city started expanding in this direction later. So I think that would make sense. All right, I love this one here. I think there's a lot of Gothic features here and Bohemian kind of bits here and there, which I really like. So let's check out the interiors, shall we? First of all, here we have the tunnel. We have a portcullis coming down. We have murder holes in the ceiling, and then we have a second gate you could close as well, so kind of trapping the attackers in the middle of the gatehouse. Totally forgot this. And I know it's become a thing that I forget rooms. It's not on purpose, guys. Honestly, I totally forgot this room. But, well, we need to forget at least one room for every episode, right? I think that's the thing now. So, yeah. Up here we have the system here for the portcullis. I love this one. It looks so massive and powerful. It's really, really cool. And from here we can actually get into the barracks. So that's awesome. But we can also just run around here. We have arrow slits shooting straight down at the area here. We have some storage and all that sort of stuff. It's nothing really exciting happening here because it's just like for utility and stuff. Up here though, this is where the guards defending or working at this gatehouse would stay when they're on duty. So we have a little kitchen area for them to prepare some quick food. In the back here we have the dining hall where they'd be eating a little bit as well. And you can actually go out to the balcony here, and I forgot this as well. I might actually add like a bell or something here so they could ring to let the other gatehouse know or let the city know that people are coming. So maybe we'll do that as well. And you can also go out to the walls from here, which is awesome. Did I do this one? Nope, I did not. So yeah, you can go out on the walls from here as well. From here though, you can go even further up. One thing, one of you guys pointed out, I can't remember the name of you, but just proving that I read the comments, that it would be more common to decorate walls with textiles like this one, like rugs or brochets, I think it's called. And he even linked me to a video explaining everything. So you'll see that I've done that a lot more here, instead of like doing wallpaper or painted walls, murals and stuff. So thank you for the idea there. It adds a lot difference, I guess, into my interior thinking. So yeah, thank you guys for coming with ideas and stuff. Up here we have a little bit of a planning room. So you'd have like the commander here making plans, the guards sitting around here. There's even a little fireplace to heat them up in the wintertime. And then in here we have some beds for the guards on duty. They could sleep here. And as well, it's closely connected to the barracks, so maybe they go back and forth a little bit here. So this is the area where they'd be sleeping on duty and stuff. And then all the way up here, we have some storage. Really, really cool. All right, let's go down again and check out the barracks, shall we? Which is the final part for today's video. We'll run through here and go out to the balcony so we can save some time without running all the stairs, you know. And then we will go back and change the time to, I think 8,000 is good for this one. And take a look at the barracks. So the barracks is where the soldiers or the guards are staying most of the time when they're not at war and not protecting this city. This is also where they eat and they learn combat skills, learn other things, and yeah, just kind of become a part of the city watch. So downstairs, first of all, let's check out this beautiful window here. That's a nice one. Oops, I'm gonna add a little stair here, forgot about that. I forgot a lot of things in today's episode. In here we have the feast hall for the guards or the barracks. Nice and grand, loving the ceiling here. And here we have a combination of both wallpaper and brochets like that. And then in here we have the kitchen area for creating the food. And you can also go to the back alley here, so let's check that out since we're here. In the back here we have like dummies you could train on with your swords, and there's even an archery range in the back here. So this is where you stand and you'll aim your arrows and stuff and work on your archery. And with a victory mod we get these awesome arrows stuck in blocks thing, so that's really cool. I recommend checking out the victory mod if you haven't. I've made a video on it in the past. So yeah, this is just a cool area here. There's some storage, we have some firewood. I also added a nice fire pit or campfire in the middle, so at winter time this will be lit and it will be nice and warm in here, or warmer at least, for the guards, because they have to keep training, they have to keep up with their fighting skills. There's a little balcony up here which takes us to this part, and then also to the battlements from here. So really cool. Now let's check out this little building here, and then we will go in and check out the other parts. In here we have the storage, one of the storage area. We have weapons here, swords, other spears and weaponry in here. Armor is stored here as well, and all sorts of storage is kept here. And then from here you will get into one of the towers, which is not done. And there's a little ladder taking you up, so you can store more stuff up here. So that's a building here. The idea is that eventually there will be another building adjacent to this, so there's nothing happening on the back, and there will just be another townhouse next to this one, which will be cool. Alright, let's go back in and check out the rest of the interior. From here, there's a little storage area below here as well, in the first floor. So, all sort of stuff in here. Really cool. Love the vaulted ceiling in here as well. This is below the bigger part, so the tower part of this. So the ceiling is vaulted to support that. We can go up here and then into this area. This is the main ideas hall or planning hall, or I don't know. This is a room where the main Lord Commander will give messages or things, words. Can't really come up with a name. Preaches, I don't know, to the guards. So they have some benches they could sit on, and I guess they just fill up this room here with people, all the people that need to listen. And you could even have like the king up here, but the Lord Commander or other people giving messages. So this is like a grand auditorium, I think. On the wall here we actually have the banner, or a simplification of the banner for this place, for Osterham. Yeah, that's the name. I leave an image of that in my Discord if you want to check that out. And then just a lovely supported ceiling here, really like that. So yeah, basically that's what's going on here. It's just like a auditorium and stuff. From here, yeah, back to the back alley here, which is cool. From here we get to the bedrooms and stuff. In here just storage, you know. And then in here we have a lot of bunk beds for the guards. As you can see, some of them are not made, so these ones are not being used at the moment, but most of them are being used. And then in the back here there's a little washing room or bathroom thing for them to get cleaned up here with this little throw, and then yeah, take a dump. So yeah, a little room there. As we go up, we'll get to more and more fancy rooms. So these were for the lower guards, the newbies, lower ranked guards. Here we get to slightly higher ranked guards, so they share a room, but there's 3 of them, so there's like above the lower ranked ones. They have like a little living area, and yeah, it's better here, which is yeah, it's cool. You can enter this room from 2 places, so just get back to this little hallway here. And there's a little alcove here or something to look over the meeting hall, and it would be better to, or easier to kind of share messages across the building, because you could kind of listen from here. Then we can continue up and we'll get to the Lord Commander's room. So this is the best room of this place. Look at that bed, that's comfy. He has this, even a little tub, a desk to take notes and prepare speeches and prepare tactics and stuff. And yeah, a lovely room up here. And he also has a little area to sit here and with his friends and stuff like that. A really cool room. From here we can go up and we can just get some storage all the way up here. And the idea though is that knights and stuff, they have their own manors around the city. So there are a lot more people in protecting the city than in this building here alone. And we might even do a separate barracks around the city, but this is just one of them. And then of course, yeah, knights would have their own manners and stuff. So yeah, that's that. So that's it for today's episode, guys. I really do hope that you enjoyed. If so, make sure to smack that like button, and if you haven't done it already, make sure to subscribe. It's been Viggoman, and I'm out.